Close your eyes for a moment and imagine you are no longer hoping, no longer waiting. You are not in lack. You are not chasing. You are now. Feel the weight of the world lifted from your shoulders. Not because someone saved you, but because the version of you who is already free, already wealthy, already standing in the flow of $50 million, 0 cents, has awakened. Let me remind you of a truth that has been buried beneath your doubts. You already have it. There is no need to hustle harder, to beg the world to give you more, or to ask permission from life itself. Creation is finished. All versions of you already exist, and the one with $50 million, 0 cents, is just one assumption away. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not tomorrow, not when the evidence shows, right now. You must walk, talk, breathe, and rest in the knowing that it is already yours. Because money does not come to the needy. It comes to the one who knows it is already theirs. You are not poor. That is a memory, a phantom, a fading echo of an old state you no longer occupy. What you feel now, deeply and consistently, will clothe itself in form. Imagine it now. Your accounts overflowing, your home reflecting abundance, your freedom unshaken by circumstance. Imagine not as a beggar, but as a creator. Not as a wish, but as a fact. Do not ask how. The how is none of your business. The universe rearranges itself around the feeling you sustain. And your only job is to persist in that state until what is invisible becomes undeniable. You do not wait for wealth. You become wealth. You do not wait for a miracle. You are the miracle. So think this way. $50 million, 0 cents is already mine. I'm not going to get it. I have it now. I accept it. I feel it. I live from it. Say it until you believe it. Then believe it until you no longer need to say it, because you'll be living it. And that's when the world will catch up. Not because you earned it, but because you finally claimed it. Breathe. Forget where you are. Forget who you've been. Forget what is in your bank account. And forget the world that tries so hard to remind you of what you lack. Instead, step into the secret place, the inner sanctuary where all things are possible. Here, you are free. Here, you are powerful. And here, you already have the $50 million, 0 cents stock. Don't just imagine it as a number in an account. Feel what it means. What does it feel like to know you never have to worry about money again? What does it feel like to wake up and realize that life is now on your terms? That everything you once dreamed of is now simply your reality? This feeling, this inner experience, is the bridge. It is the link between the desire you hold and the world that reflects it. Most people try to force life into giving them what they want. They work tirelessly, striving, hustling, hoping, begging, all from this state of lack. But what they do not see is that life responds not to effort, but to assumption. The assumption that it is already done, that it is already yours, that you are no longer desiring it, but living from it. The secret is not in doing more. The secret is in being more. Be the person who already has it, not in pretense, but in awareness. If $50 million, 0 cents were truly yours now, how would you walk? How would you think? How would you speak? You must dare to enter that version of yourself and dwell there, not as a visitor, but as a resident. You see, desire is only the beginning. It is the spark. But feeling is the fire. Feeling is what sets the wheels in motion. It is the signal you send out to life, the language the invisible world understands. When you feel lack, the world mirrors back more lack. When you feel abundance, it must reflect abundance. Do not wait to see it in the outer world before you believe. That is not creation, that is reaction. Creation happens in the unseen. You create with your inner world, and the outer world has no choice but to follow. So train yourself to feel the feeling of your wish fulfilled, not just in moments of meditation, but in every idle moment. Feel it. Embody it. Let your imagination be bold. Let it be real. Picture yourself walking through your dream home, not as a dream, but as a memory. Hear your voice on the phone with your banker, moving millions. Feel the texture of the life that belongs to you. Let it take over your senses. Let it rewrite your reality. This is not fantasy, this is the law of consciousness. What you accept as true within yourself becomes the truth you walk through. So never again say, I want, for wanting implies you do not have. Say instead, I am, I have, it is done. Because in the realm of spirit, it is already so. You are not imagining to create it. You are imagining to recognize what has already been created. You are not convincing the universe, you are convincing yourself. And once you believe it, the world will bend to that belief. The feeling is the key that unlocks the door. It is the proof of faith, the evidence of things not yet seen. So live from the feeling. Let it consume you. Let it guide you. And one day soon you look around and realize what you once imagined is now your life. What you see right now, the life you're living, the people around you, the money in your account, the job you hold, it is not the cause, it is the effect, the result of the imaginal acts you've once accepted as truth. You may not remember the exact moment you imagined these things into being, but you did. Everything around you was first created in your mind. Every experience, every condition, every so-called coincidence, it was shaped by thought, molded by imagination, and sustained by belief. We are taught to believe that what we see with our physical eyes is the real world. But this is the great illusion. What you call reality is simply the solidified version of your inner world. It is a mirror, a delayed reflection of what you have accepted and entertained within yourself. If you do not like what you see, there is no use in fighting the reflection. The only transformation that lasts is the one that begins in the mind. Imagination is not some playful distraction, it is divine, it is creative power, it is the workshop of the world. Everything you've ever built, touched, loved, or lost was first born in the invisible realm of thought. So why do we doubt it? Why do we look at our present circumstances and believe they are fixed, unchangeable? Because we have forgotten the truth. The outer world is not the master. It is the servant. If you want to change your life, you must go to the root. And the root is within. No one can see what you're imagining, but everyone will witness its effects. Do not underestimate the power that lies behind closed eyes and a quiet mind. In that stillness, you are shaping nations. In that inner silence, you are rewriting your life. The moment you begin to imagine a new reality and accept it as real, Not someday, not maybe, but now, you begin to plant seeds in consciousness. And like every seed, it needs no effort on your part to grow. It only requires your faith. Water it with your attention, nourish it with repetition, protect it from the weeds of doubt, and in time it must bear fruit. You cannot imagine one thing and expect another. You cannot dwell in poverty in your mind and expect riches to knock at your door. You cannot hold on to memories of failure and hope success will bloom. Life is just. It gives you exactly what you assume to be true. And that truth is not determined by your words, but by your inner state. So you must imagine differently, boldly, radically. You must dare to believe that your imagination is more real than what your senses report. Because it is. The senses only tell you what was. Imagination tells you what can be. And if you persist in the assumption of your desire, your senses must eventually confirm it. They have no choice. Begin now. Choose a scene that implies your desire is fulfilled. Live in it. Return to it. Let it become your dwelling place. When doubt arises, remind yourself. The world is only echoing past assumptions, but I am no longer that version of myself. I see differently now. I feel differently now. I imagine differently now. The world does not change first. You do. And once you do, the world cannot help but change with you. Because imagination is not a dream. It is the foundation of all that exists. It is the only reality. Hold fast to it, and everything else will follow. It is a quiet power that moves mountains, opens doors, and multiplies wealth. And it does so without noise, without struggle, and without force. It does not shout. It whispers. It lives not in the world of action, but in the stillness of your inner being. And it is there, in the silence of your mind, that all things are claimed. You have been taught to fight for money, to strive endlessly, to wake early and run faster, work harder, push beyond your limits. You've been told the world rewards those who hustle, who bleed, who sacrifice everything just to taste a drop of financial freedom. But that is not how true wealth is made. That is how it is chased, and often how it slips through your fingers. The real source of wealth is within, and it does not respond to desperation. It responds to acceptance. You do not have to convince the world you are worthy of money. You do not have to beg life to bless you. You only have to accept in the quiet sanctuary of your own mind that it is already yours. This is not denial of reality. This is mastery of it. Because reality is fluid. It bends to the assumptions you hold in consciousness. And when you claim something internally, not wishfully, but confidently, the world rearranges itself to match that inner knowing. So what does this claiming look like? It is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is subtle. You sit in stillness, you close your eyes, and you feel the truth of it. You hear the inner voice that says, I already have more than enough. You do not argue with it. You do not doubt it. You accept it as your new state of being. In this state, there is no need to hustle to prove yourself. There is no need to compare yourself to anyone else. There is no need to worry about how it will come. The how belongs to the wisdom of life itself. Your only role is to claim it. Think of the wealthy version of you, not in the future. Now, what are they thinking? How do they feel about money? How do they walk through the world? They are not frantic. They are not anxious. They are calm. They are certain. They expect abundance, and therefore it finds them, not because of effort, but because of alignment. This is the secret most ignore. You do not manifest what you want. You manifest what you are, and you become what you assume. So assume the role now. Be the person who already has it. Feel that peace, feel that confidence, not for 5 minutes, but for as long as it takes until it becomes natural. Let others chase. Let them stress. You have found the still place, the place where all things begin. And from that place you speak not to the world, but to yourself. I have it. And that quiet claim echoes into the fabric of reality, weaving the events, people and opportunities that lead you exactly where you belong. There is no need to announce it, no need to prove it. What is truly yours cannot be taken. What is claimed in consciousness cannot be denied in the outer world. So speak not with your mouth, but with your inner vision. Declare not to others, but to yourself, again and again, until your soul believes it. And when you believe, the world will reflect, not because you forced it, but because you claimed it in the silence of your mind. When you play the lottery, do not play with hope. Do not play with doubt hiding behind your smile. Play as the one who already holds the winning ticket in consciousness. Before the numbers are ever drawn, before you ever see a result, go within and see it. Feel it. Claim it. Understand this. What you see in the physical world is nothing but the delayed reflection of your past states of mind. So if you play while thinking, maybe I'll win, then you are not creating, you are gambling. But when you persist in the assumption that you have already won, even before the physical evidence appears, then you are doing what the world calls impossible, but what is simply natural law. If the numbers come and they are not yours, do not flinch. Do not fall into despair. Do not say, see, it didn't work. That is doubt speaking. And doubt is the denial of the gift. It is the dismissal of what you have already claimed in spirit. Instead, say quietly to yourself, this is just the bridge. This is not the end. I still have it. It is already mine. You do not beg for what you already own. You assume it. You dwell in it. You let the world catch up. Play the lottery with a different mind. Not the mind of chance, but the mind of certainty. Hold the ticket and feel the joy as if you are already holding the winnings. See yourself celebrating. Feel the relief. Feel the gratitude. Let it be so real in your inner world that the outer world has no choice but to bend toward it. This is the way of manifestation. The world responds to conviction, not loud, desperate shouting, but quiet, unwavering belief. True manifestation is not waiting to see if it will happen. It is knowing it already has. And when you persist in this way, with unwavering inner knowing, with joy, with bold expectation, the lottery, like all things, becomes a tool in the hands of your consciousness, a mirror that simply reflects what you dared to believe in silence. So the next time you play, go inward first, assume the feeling, claim the win, dwell in it. And then, no matter what the numbers say, persist. The unseen is more real than the seen. And when you believe that, magic happens. When you play the lottery, do not ask, do not plead. Do not say, I hope I win, or please let this be my turn. That posture, that energy, keeps your desire at arm's length. You cannot be in the state of asking and the state of having at the same time. The one who asks is still without. The one who knows already has. Before you ever hold the ticket in your hand, know that it's the winning one. Not because of luck, not because of odds, but because you have already accepted it in the deep silence of your mind. This is not about superstition. It's about alignment. When you align with the state of being a winner, life rearranges itself to fulfill that inner knowing. You see, when you ask, you place yourself below the desire. You are the beggar looking up. But when you know, you become one with the thing itself. You are no longer reaching, you are receiving. That's when the magic begins. So, when you play as the one who already knows it is done. Not with arrogance, but with quiet certainty. Feel the gratitude before you ever see a result. Feel the joy, the peace, the relief. Not someday, but now. Let those emotions wash over you like a wave. Not because something might happen, but because it already has in your imagination. When doubt whispers, when the mind wants to check the outcome and worry, return to the knowing. Return to the truth. Remind yourself, I am not hoping, I am not wishing, I am dwelling in the end. I know. This is the greatest secret. Your world does not respond to asking. It responds to assumption. It responds to your inner conviction, to the vibration you carry in stillness. When you become the version of yourself who already has what you desire, the outer world cannot help but conform. So treat that lottery ticket as a mirror of your consciousness, not as a gamble, but as a symbol of what you've already accepted as yours in imagination. You don't need to beg life for abundance. Life is always reflecting what you are willing to be. Feel it so deeply within that even if the result tells you otherwise, your faith remains unmoved. That's when the shift happens. That's when you step out of the old story. You are no longer the one hoping to win. You are the one who has won, and the world is simply catching up. So play the lottery, but play differently now. Play from the end. Play from the knowing, and watch what happens. When you play the lottery, don't play toward a future win. Play from the win already being yours. Do not live as someone hoping something will happen. Live as the version of you in whom it already has. This is the difference between chasing a dream and embodying a truth. The one who lives from the end is not waiting. They are being. Most people play and then wait, eyes fixed on numbers, breath caught in hope. But that energy declares, I do not have it. And what you are, the state you occupy, must be reflected back to you. So if you remain in the state of waiting, of lack, of desire, then waiting is what you receive. Lack continues. The desire remains unfulfilled. But when you live from the end, from the state of already possessing the $50 million 0 cents, the universe has no choice but to echo that vibration. The outer world bends to the inner reality. You are not waiting for confirmation, you are giving it. You take the ticket, and before numbers are drawn, before anything real seems to happen, you close your eyes and see your life as if it has already unfolded. You walk through the house that's now yours. You hear the calls you would receive. You feel the sense of peace that $50 million, 0 cents brings, not as fantasy, but as fact. And then you live from that truth. You don't check your bank account in fear. You don't wonder if you should keep playing. You don't question whether it's possible. You know. When you live from the end, you align with the frequency of the thing desired. You are no longer saying, I want to be rich. You are silently saying, I am rich. And so the world moves to match that declaration. It may seem like magic, but it's law. The inner state is the blueprint. Reality is the outpouring. So the next time you play the lottery, see yourself as already having won. Don't wait for the evidence. Don't wait to feel the joy. Don't wait to celebrate. Do it now, inwardly. And then walk as that version of you throughout your day. Hold your head like someone who already has $50 million. 0 cents. Speak with the calm of someone who never worries about bills again. Let that energy saturate you. The numbers are not the source. You are. The ticket is not your hope. It is your mirror. And when the inner man is aligned with wealth, the outer world delivers it by whatever means necessary. Now you understand. $50 million 0 cents is not a fantasy waiting in some distant future. It is a state of consciousness already alive within you, waiting to be accepted, not asked for, not begged for, claimed. When you assume the feeling of already having it, when you persist regardless of appearances, when you stop asking and start knowing, you become one with the thing you desire. You are no longer separate from it. You are the cause. You are the creator. Imagination is not daydreaming. It is the only true reality. What you dare to feel real, what you dwell on in silence, what you boldly embody now, that is what your world must reflect. So the next time you play the lottery, don't play for the win. Play from the win. Live in the end where the desire is already fulfilled, because it is. This is not about luck. It's not about numbers. It's about consciousness, and you have full control. Let the world catch up to your knowing. Let the evidence unfold. But you remain unmoved, remain convinced, because $50 million 0 cents is already yours. Think this way and nothing will be impossible for you. Thank you. Thank you for walking this journey of awareness with me. Thank you for choosing to be Neville Goddard. Thank you for daring to claim what is already yours. Now go, not as the one who wishes, but as the one who knows, and watch the world respond.